Hello, Randy. It's me. I think it's time that we settle our differences and put them aside. I know you told me to leave you alone and never talk to you again, but it's
Please,
been
dude.
7 months since we
Just
last
give me
talked.
another chance.
I don't know what I
sorry.
was thinking.
I don't know what I
I
was
realized that
thinking,
you were
Randy.
just trying to help me, but I threw it away by spitting in your face
Randy,
without looking back
please.
to
I'm
realize
sorry.
I was just being
Please don't
honest
make
with
this
you.
your
8
I
months
promise,
since we
Randy,
had talked to
please.
each other. I want to hear from you. I left you alone like you told me to do for almost a whole year. Don't leave
I'm so
me
sorry
here
for
like
what I did
this.
to you both.
I really swear,
beg you,
honest to
future.
God. Randy, I really want us both to make peace with each other.
What? So how's your month been? I had to take some time away. Obviously, I haven't done a video for a bit. There's actually a lot of things that are going on, and I'm actually going to make dedicated videos about each subject in regards to my kind of leave of absence. Though I've kind of been around on Twitter and all the other social platforms and stuff like that. But yeah, so in the next couple weeks, I'm going to be putting out videos, what's been going on the past month or so. And I did a poll on Twitter asking you which video you wanted to see first. And this one. Now, to be fair, full disclosure, this has been going on a lot longer than 1 month. This has been going on for over a year now. Randy, who are you when I'm not watching? You might be asking. I don't know. I am not a guy at a level of success who should merit stalkers. But some people beg to differ. I want to get some context about this guy, a backstory, before I decided to actually do this. If you've been following me for a while, you know that I am a musician. That is like my number one first trait, first and foremost. YouTube, love it, passion of mine. I've been playing music my whole life, so music came first. With that being said, I have networked with a lot of people in the music industry in regards to collaborations, sharing our music, just more or less getting my name out there or getting my band's name out there, and vice versa, people getting their information out to me and building a network amongst other independent musicians. But I met this guy in the crossfires of all that. He reached out to me on Facebook first. No, he didn't. He found one of my videos that I have on this channel and he reached out to me saying, hey, can I use this for a cover album that I'm making? I want to use this track. I said, sure. Then he proceeded to ask if we can be friends on Facebook and all that. And I said, okay, that's fine. I didn't really see the harm. Mistake number one. Learned my lesson there. That won't happen again. And he was talking about how he tried to work with other people in the past. Now, there was something really off about this guy from the get-go, but I thought, he's just quirky or just overall weird. Who isn't in their own right? But it's just the way that this guy would message me or Derek. He would just like reach out randomly afterwards after I had given him the track. And so he would just want to stay in contact. I didn't see any harm in that. And he'd be like, hey man, what's going on? Not much. What's going on with you? Nothing. And that was it. Cool. I'll talk to you later. And he would always do that. Me or Derek, mind our own business, and then get a message, bing, look at our phone, and be like, oh, look who it is. And it became like here it comes. Hey, dude, what's going on? Not much. What's up with you? None. Good talk. But I saw that as more or less harmless. But then he started getting a little bit more aggressive in the messaging. And then he says, I want to do music with you. I said, show me what you got. Because at this point, he didn't show anything. He was just trying to be more of a mixer of sorts or a remixer of sorts. But I never saw his portfolio of anything of his. So I said, send me what you got. He did. I was like, okay, I mean, it could use work, but I mean, who am I to talk? Right? Like everything I do is done with this mic. And I mean, you guys seen my equipment. So I'm like, I'm not a professional by any means, but you know, he looked like he didn't know what he was doing. So I offered some tips, some guidance and pointers, trying to just, pay it forward. And one, he didn't take any of the advice that I gave him. Only to find out he didn't take any of the advice later from other people, but we'll get to that in a second. And he would just keep sending me the same stuff. And I was like, I don't think this is going to work. But he got more aggressive with it. Finally, one day, I reach out to my friend and I tell her, this guy's been bothering me. And she goes, that name sounds a bit familiar. And so I sent her a screenshot, like, here's the person. And she's like, oh my God, I know him. Like, personally? No, he harassed me. What? Then I come to find out these people he claimed that he had worked with in the past are people that he burnt bridges with in the past beforehand. But he never name dropped anybody that he burnt bridges with. Only to come to find out that he did it with one of my best friends. So her and I start comparing stories about it, and she goes, that is definitely him. But the problem is, she couldn't see him because he blocked her. Because she was the weirdo. At this point, getting her backstory about what was happening, even though he didn't actually end up stalking her, I had enough at that point. So I confronted him and I said, okay, so here's the situation. You have harassed my friend. You're harassing me. You're getting more aggressive about it. It's a bit stalkerish. It's going to end here. But he didn't get the hint. He kept pushing it. He kept pushing it on Facebook to the point where I ended up blocking him. After I blocked him, he got a hold of my personal email. I don't know how. And he emailed me. He emailed me saying, I'm not a stalker and, just forgive me. I'm sorry, blah, blah, blah. And the very last thing that I told him was that you need to know how to take no for an answer. Leave me alone. And he did for a while. But the reason why I'm making this video today is because very recently he has surfaced again. Now he's reaching out to me on Instagram. He hasn't done Twitter yet, and I don't know why. I don't even know if he subscribed to this. I don't even know. Can you block people on YouTube? I don't know. But the point is, he's found new outlets that he's reaching me out to, and he's sent me all these messages. Now I'm going to have the messages up on the screen as I read them to you on my screen, and let's just go through it. So the first time that he messages me is back in December, end of December. And he's just weird. Hello, Randy. It's me. I think it's time that we should settle our differences and put them aside. I know you told me to leave you alone and never talk to you again. Yes, I did. And yet, here you are. But it's been 7 months since we last talked. Funny, I don't think 7 months is never talk to me again. But 7 months was enough for him. I didn't know what I was thinking. I'm so sorry. I apologize for threatening you. Yes, he threatened me. A lot. Even for unfriending you on Facebook by mistake. Is that how that went? And for threatening your friend, I'm going to redact her name, because he claimed that he didn't know who I was talking about, conveniently. But the past events need to be set aside, and it's time to let go and move on for our sakes. Well, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm doing just fine. I realized you were just trying to help me, but I threw it away by spitting in your face without looking back, to realize that I was being such a jerk, a real douchebag, to both you and her. I should have fixed the problem with a better apology a long time ago. A better apology? No. I don't want your apology. She doesn't want your apology. Derek doesn't want your apology. Nobody in my inner circle wants or needs your fucking apology. Okay? You need to leave us alone. Period. But it's been 7 months since we last talked to each other on social media. Yeah. And it's been a lot longer since then, for obvious reasons. I want us to communicate really well with each other, and I promise to no longer threaten you or her ever again. I didn't know that needed a promise. When do you have to promise somebody that you're not going to threaten them? What does that say about anybody's character? What does that say about our society today? Hey, I just want you to talk to me. I promise that I won't shoot you in the fucking face. Oh, okay, that makes me feel better. I have been doing much better than being such a little dick. Okay. Didn't need to know that. I hope that you find it in your heart to forgive me. It's time to let it all go, settle our differences, and set them aside. Let's work together. We had a blast for what we do to make music happen. English. He's American. What do you say? Can you find it in your heart to forgive me? I am very sorry for the mistakes I made. 2 days later, Randy, please. I'm sorry. It won't happen again. I promise at 100%. Please don't make this 8 months since we had not talked to each other. Now, let's pause right there for a second. Up to this point, I had no idea that he had messaged me because I'm not following him on Instagram. I was unaware of him even following me on Instagram because he had then changed his name from what his name is or was on Facebook. I had no idea. He took on this new persona and did this. But I realized he had messaged me April 1st when he sent me the next series of messages. Because then Instagram goes, hey, you have some notifications you might want to look at. Okay, what is this about? Oh my God! Let's proceed. April 1st, but this was not an April Fool's joke. God! Randy, I really want us both to make peace with each other. I promise to never treat you or her like shit again. I'm really sorry for everything. It's my fault. I take responsibility for the actions against you both. You two deserve better, I promise. You two will be given the respect that you deserve. Then leave us alone. That's all we want. That's all anybody in my circle wants. Trust me. Let us be friends again. I hope that you can forgive me for what I did. And then about 2 hours later, he sends the last message as of making this video. Please, Randy, I want to hear from you. I left you alone like you told me to for almost a whole year. That's not forever. That's never message me again. Never is never. I'm so sorry for what I did to you both. I will do better in the future, so it's not too late to make amends and peace with each other. Oh, here's the best part. Here's the best part of the whole thing. Why I decided to make this video. This right here. I forgive you if you can find it in your heart to forgive me. Motherfucker, what? You forgive me? For telling you to never message me again? How psychotic are you? How detached from reality are you? No. No. I don't need your forgiveness for whatever in your disillusional state of mind you think I might have done to you. No. I don't need your forgiveness. Okay? If this video isn't enough to showcase that, I don't give two shits about you. I didn't even realize you messaged me until the last set of messages. And I sat on this for over a month thinking, what's the proper course to handle this? No. Fuck your forgiveness. Leave me alone. I want us to let go and move on. Please respond back to me. Don't leave me here like this. I really swear, honest to God. And that was the last thing he said. Just because somebody is in the public eye, who puts themselves out there, albeit YouTube, Twitter, iTunes, podcasts, music, anything, that does not give you, any of you, the right to invade somebody's privacy, harass them, get their private information, start stalking them, and be a disgusting creep about the whole situation when you can't read between the lines. This experience has taught me what it's like, in some capacity of the form, what it's like to be a female. Girls who have to endure creeps all the time. If it's anything like this, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for you. My condolences. Because nobody should have to go through this. We, all of us, in a public spectrum of things, appreciate you as fans. Yes. But there's an appropriate way to handle it. To stay in contact with those people that you respect, idol, look up to, whatever. And then there's this. I've had a conversation offline with some other more successful, more in the eye, more in the public eye spotlight about situations like this, and they've told me their stories. And I figured this would be common. I didn't understand that there was a similar parallel trait of what these guys do. But apparently, creepers like this, they have a certain MO that they follow. And then they kind of like hold you accountable to it, which is makes no sense to me. So anyway, guys, that's my stalker story. I'm obviously not going to release his name, show his profile picture. I'm not going to make him famous in any way. I just want this to be a cautionary tale for anybody who's up and coming, or, you know, share my experience if you've felt this too in some way. You know, just be careful what you do out there. Protect your privacy. I learned my lesson. Never again. And if you're a fan, not just of me, but of somebody that that you respect, just be mindful how you come off to them. The people who I work with, who are much bigger than me, the people who I've collaborated with, I didn't get there by going, "Hi, John." Actually, I probably did do that to John. And buddy, I now understand the errors of my way. I've forgiven you. Can you forgive me? Funny fact, I actually did mimic almost like a stalker for Drew on a video I did at the end of the year because I won one of his. It was before him and I actually started talking, and I mimicked what it would be like to be a weirdo, not knowing that I was pulling from real life inspiration apparently. So yeah. Hey Drew. That doesn't make you look cool. Nobody likes that. So guys, that's it. So what do you think about this story? Have you experienced something like this? Have you been a victim of harassment, stalker tendencies? And if you dare to admit, have you been one of those people? No shame. I'm not judging you. I'm just, I'm trying to understand this. I'm still relatively new, and I felt like I'm not at that level of success to where I should be there. If anything, why is nobody stalking Derek? He's the melodic one in the band. Is it because people like my screams? No! Be sure to subscribe to follow my other stories to come, because I'm done. And that's a wrap.